The phone rang at 2:17 in the morning. That sound didn't feel normal. It wasn't loud or rushed. It was slow, steady, almost calm, like it already knew something terrible had happened and didn't need to hurry. I stared at the screen, half asleep, annoyed, ready to let it stop on its own. Then I saw the name. My brother. We hadn't spoken in weeks, not because we were angry, just because silence had become normal between us. When I saw his name at that hour, my chest tightened. People don't call in the middle of the night with good news. I answered. Before I could even say hello, his voice came through the phone. Cold, flat, almost empty. Mom died last night. I sat straight up in bed. The room felt smaller. The air felt thick, like it was pressing down on my chest. "What?" I whispered. He didn't repeat it. He didn't slow down. He didn't ask if I was okay. She had a heart attack. It was quick. Quick. That word hurt more than the news itself. Quick for who? My mind jumped backward. Mom standing in the kitchen early in the morning. Mom folding clothes in silence. Mom calling my name when she thought no one was listening. 100 small memories rushed in all at once. My throat closed. I waited. I don't even know what I was waiting for. Comfort maybe? Grief? Some sign that this mattered to him too. Instead, he cleared his throat. "I already talked to the lawyer." "Lawyer?" I blinked, trying to understand what he was saying. "I inherited everything," he continued. "The house, the money, the land, all of it." My head felt light, like I might fall backward. Then he said the words that froze everything inside me. "You get nothing." For a moment, there was only silence. No apology, no hesitation, no sadness. Just those words, hanging in the air like they had been practiced. I pulled the phone away from my ear and stared at it. My hands were shaking. Nothing? Not a letter? Not a photo? Not even something small that belonged to her? I had helped her. I had been there when she needed rides, money, time, patience. I listened when she couldn't sleep. I stayed quiet when she asked me to. And now, nothing? On the other end, my brother sighed, like this call was an inconvenience. "He just wanted to inform you," he said, "so there's no confusion later." Inform me? Like he was talking about a bill or a delivery. I felt something rise in my chest. Anger, shock, pain, all mixed together. I wanted to shout. I wanted to cry. I wanted to tell him he was wrong. But nothing came out. And then something unexpected happened. I smiled. Not because I was happy, not because I didn't care. I smiled because deep down, something didn't feel right. My mother was careful. She didn't trust words alone. She didn't leave things unfinished. She didn't make decisions without thinking them through. My brother mistook my silence. He added, "Don't take it personally. You know how things are." Yes, I knew exactly how things were. Growing up, he was always the favorite. His mistakes were called lessons. Mine were called failures. He was praised for trying. I was judged for not doing enough. He got trust. I got responsibility. People said Mom loved us equally. Maybe she did, but love doesn't always look fair. Or so I believed. The call ended without a goodbye. I sat on the edge of my bed as the sky outside slowly started to change color. My phone slipped from my hand and landed on the floor. Mom was gone, and according to my brother, I was left with nothing. But that smile stayed on my face, because that was the moment I realized something important. This story wasn't finished, not even close. From the outside, we looked like a normal family. A small house, 2 sons, a mother who worked hard and never complained out loud. Neighbors thought we were close. Relatives said we were lucky. People smiled when they talked about us. But inside that house, things were never equal, not even close. My brother was older than me by 4 years. From the day I could remember anything, he carried a kind of importance with him. When he walked into a room, people noticed. When he spoke, people listened. When he failed, people excused it. When I failed, they remembered it. If he broke something, it was an accident. If I did, it was carelessness. If he spoke back, it was confidence. If I did, it was disrespect. Mom never said it directly. She didn't need to. It lived in the small moments, the pauses, the looks, the way she chose her words. When he came home late, she worried. When I came home late, she questioned. When he needed money, she found a way. When I needed help, she asked why. I learned early how to stay quiet. At school, teachers praised him. At family gatherings, relatives asked about his plans, his future, his dreams. When they turned to me, it was always the same question. And you? Are you behaving? I wasn't invisible. I was just secondary. Still, I loved my mother more than I ever let on. She worked long hours. Her hands were always tired. Her eyes always looked like they had seen too much. She carried stress in her shoulders and silence in her heart. I saw that, even when no one else did. When my brother left for college, the house grew quieter. Mom smiled more around him when he came back. She cooked his favorite meals. She listened closely to his stories, even the ones she had already heard before. With me, conversations were short, practical, about bills, about chores, about responsibilities. Somewhere along the way, I became the one who fixed things, the one who stayed back, the one who didn't ask for much because asking never changed anything. I paid part of the rent when money was tight. I drove her to doctor's visits. I sat with her during long evenings when her pain kept her awake. She never thanked me out loud, but sometimes, when she thought I wasn't looking, she would watch me with a strange expression, like she wanted to say something but didn't know how. My brother always talked about success. Big plans, big dreams, big promises. Mom believed him. Or maybe she needed to. I learned not to compete. Not with him, not for attention, not for approval. I told myself it didn't matter, but it did. Because when love is uneven, it leaves marks, quiet ones, the kind you carry without realizing how heavy they are. That's why when my brother told me he inherited everything, part of me wasn't surprised. It fit the pattern. The golden child wins, the quiet one accepts. That's how it had always been. Or so my brother thought. What he didn't see were the nights Mom and I sat in silence, the moments when she asked questions that had nothing to do with money, the way she held on to my words like they mattered. What he didn't hear were the things she said when no one else was around, and what he didn't understand was this. Families may look equal from the outside, but the truth lives in what's never said.